Shit. Yeah, this thing quit on me there. This thing just quit on me. I got a shitty connection. There's a question that somebody asked just before it fucked up, and it was about eating keto nutrition and fasting. So this is optimal for endurance sports. There's no better way to eat because you're keeping your liver glycogen low and you're not going to hit the wall, and you're also fasting. So you're forcing your body to break down fat that way. Like, it's the perfect way to eat. Okay. It's that simple. If you're eating keto nutrition combined with fasting, it's the perfect way to eat for endurance, not for explosiveness, for endurance, especially if you're lean. Now, if you're a little heavier, you can get away with having some more explosiveness on the keto routine. But as soon as you get lean, you lose it. I've done it. I tried fucking everything to keep that explosive strength, and I'd lose it eating keto, and I got fucking down to about 8% body fat every time. And also, so I want to talk a little bit about hormones. So, like, protein spikes the fuck out of your insulin, for you, those of you that don't know this. So what happens, I don't care if you're eating keto or not, if you're eating enough protein in one sitting, you're going to spike your insulin and you're going to kick yourself out of fat burning mode. You won't be in deep fat burning mode when you pound back in a lot of protein. So that being said, let's say if you ate 60, 70 grams of carbs on a fasting routine, and you ate like no carbs and you're eating keto, you're actually going to be back into fat burning mode just as quick, because when you fast, your body's going to chew up those little bit of carbohydrates, and especially if some of them aren't going to get stored in your some of them are going to get stored in your liver, but not much if they're good complex carbs. And what's going to happen is you won't see a massive change in how much fat you're going to burn eating carbs versus eating keto if you're running a fasting routine and not overeating on the carbs and eating the carbs with fats. But you will put on, now overall weight, you might be a little heavier because the carbs are going to make you stash some water. You're looking at about 3 grams of water per gram of carbohydrate. So this is the thing. Eating keto combined with fasting will get you the lightest, will get you to the lightest body weight. But if you're super smart, you can actually eat carbs in a way at which you could burn just as much fucking body fat as long as you're doing some on a hardcore fasting routine. Especially if you're on a 48-hour routine, you can eat carbs, because the thing is, the keto diet's still going to spike your fucking insulin, which kicks you out of fat burning mode. It doesn't kick you right out of fat burning mode, but it will definitely affect the hormone sensitive lipase from breaking down body fat. Where if you ate carbs, it's going to spike your insulin as well. But if you don't overdo it on the carbs, by the time your insulin drops down below that threshold where you're really burning body fat, your liver's not going to have hardly any carbs in it anyway. You're going to be right back into fat burning mode and into ketosis as well. You just got to know what the fuck you're doing. Okay. Now, if you go and eat 200 grams of freaking carbohydrate and you overwhelm your glycogen synthesis system, if you overwhelm it, you're going to stash a lot of carbs in your liver. It's all about the amount of carbs in your liver. The faster your liver empties, the quicker you're going to get back into ketosis. So there is a way where if you carb load properly, you can be loaded right up on carbohydrates in your muscles. Your liver will be empty after 24 hours. You start eating keto again, and then you got a powerlifting meet 3 days down the road, and you're fucking full of muscle glycogen, and you're back in ketosis as well. Like, you can actually really fucking do some crazy shit when you start fasting with respect to the carbs and with respect to like having muscle glycogen and also being in ketosis. This is a little bit complicated. If people want more specific questions about that, hit me up. But you can work it out, that because carbs, there's no doubt, give you more explosive energy. I fucking tried everything to not believe that. It just, trust me, it does. You're never going to have the explosiveness unless you knock back. And I'm talking complex fucking carbohydrates, multiple chain glucose chains. Okay. I'm not talking fructose. I'm not talking all the carbs most of you eat, fucking basically sugar, fructose, because fructose gets stored in your liver and not in your muscles, where glucose will get stored in your muscles. But glucose can also get stored in your liver as well. So that's the whole problem. Now, if you know how to massage your body just right, you can get as little amount stored in your liver as possible and still have your muscles right full. Here's one. Another guy had asked on the wet fast, 48 hours, is it 5,000 milligrams potassium each day? So 10,000 milligrams total. Yeah, so here's the thing. You got to figure out your body. If you start to feel like shit, you're probably low on potassium. So just have a starting point. If you start at 5,000 milligrams a day, that's a good, safe starting point. And if you feel good, you can cut it back a little bit if you don't like the taste of the drink. Okay? Now, that is as simple as I can put that. You will know right. So if you were dry fasting, you will know right away when your potassium falls off the cliff, because you will feel weak. And that's what happens. Like I said in the other video before it fucked up, your potassium is like electricity. You got the fuel tank full of gasoline, which is like the fat in your body. But if you don't have that fucking spark in that engine, you're just gonna be dead in the water. You have to get the fucking potassium in. Almost every single issue you're gonna have is gonna be almost every time low potassium and probably slightly low sodium as well. You don't have to take too much sodium depending how active you are. But if you're really active and you're sweating like a pig, if you're sweating a lot, you're going to need more sodium, because if you lose all your sodium, you're going to lose the potassium after, and you'll get cramps and feel like shit. Let's see here. Cole, how are my arms getting cut but I don't exercise? Because you're losing body fat. Simple. That brings up a good point. If you're in the gym to lose body fat or to lose weight, you're in the gym for all the wrong reasons. Okay? If you're cutting fat, it's going to make you look lean. It's going to make you look lean, and that's the whole thing. People waste their fucking money, especially on trainers that are useless, that fucking get no results, and your trainer half the time's fat, and they're telling you to do fucking 20,000 hours of cardio during the week, and they still got you eating 6 fucking meals a day with carbohydrates in every meal. Like, how stupid is this? Like, the biggest problem with eating multiple meals a day, the biggest fucking problem is it spikes your fucking insulin every time you eat. And every time you spike your insulin, you can't burn fat with a shit, and it promotes the fuck out of inflammation. You will have more inflammation problems by eating 6 meals a day, or I shouldn't say 6 even, say 2 meals a day with a fucking 12-hour fasting stretch still isn't good. You will have more inflammation issues through spiking insulin than you will just eating junk. You will get better results eating complete fucking trash in a 1-hour window every 48 hours or 2-hour window, or just make sure you're fasting a long time periods. You'll get better health results eating garbage and fasting than you will eating fucking multiple meals a day with spiking your insulin and eating lots of protein and carbs. And the thing is, even when you cut the carbs, you're still going to be spiking your fucking insulin eating protein. So we're talking insulin here. Insulin being spiked all the time is the worst thing for your body. Simple as that. Don't fucking spike your insulin. And every time you eat a pile of protein, pile of carbs, every 3 hours in the day, you spike the insulin, and it fucking causes inflammation. And inflammation is going to cause artery issues. And then things like cholesterol and stuff come along to try to heal the arteries, and they cause blockages because your arteries are all fucking cracked, and you got atherosclerosis, and all this stuff's trying to heal that, and that's what causes blockages, and you fucking die. It's that simple. Don't spike your fucking insulin more than once a day max. That means 1 meal a day max. If the longer you can go without spiking your insulin, the more healthier you're gonna be. If you got fucking stomach issues, if you got fucking hemorrhoids, if you got fucked up skin, if you get cramps during, like, if you have issues during your period, like, we didn't evolve for women to have fucking problems during their period. It's not how we evolved. It doesn't make any sense because your diet's fucked since you were a kid. It's that simple. Let me check for some more questions here. That's the most important thing about fasting that no other routine is going to have. It keeps your fucking insulin down. If you're eating keto 6 times a day or 3 meals a day, it ain't going to keep the fucking insulin down. This is where these fucking people just make me mad. They like it ends up being a situation where they're actually against fasting because the fucking bad stigma it's got with starvation and shit, and they're pushing their fucking keto diet, which that had a bad stigma before too. Like everyone's like, oh, you're gonna clog your arteries because you're eating all this fat. Now fucking keto's getting mainstream because it does get good results. Good results. Fasting gets better results. Fasting combined with a keto nutrition routine gets the best weight loss results. Okay, fasting combined with just a regular nutrition routine where you're still eating carbs will get second best weight loss results. And then a keto routine with no fasting is going to get like third best weight loss results. So either way, the harder you fast, the more fucking results you're going to get. What's this one say? Speaking of skin, what's your opinion on fasting? So there's a girl that had psoriasis. It's clearing right up. It's just always, all these problems are hormonal issues. All of it. I don't have to be a genius. Like, dumb it down. Dumb it the fuck down. Don't worry about all these fancy names the stupid fucking doctors give your little issue. Like psoriasis is a mainstream name for fucking skin problems too. It's always hormonal issues that are caused by bad fucking diet and fucking spiked up insulin and inflammation. As soon as you bring the insulin down low and keep it as low as you can, as long as you can, you'll have no fucking problems. Allergies will go away. Fucking skin will clear up. Like everything, your hair will get better. You'll stop snoring. There's like 1 million people that aren't even snoring anymore. Like fucking, like even that. If you fast hard, and then dry fasting is going to be the best thing you can possibly do for your skin. Don't start dry fasting until you've done some good water fasting, maybe some 72-hour water fasts. You can even do a routine where you like literally, you never want to eat throughout the whole of the day. Okay, ever. There's no excuse. Even if you're going to eat 3 days and then fast 3 days. The days you do eat, you want to keep your window tight still. Because why would you want to spike your insulin unnecessarily when it causes inflammation, right? Here's a question here. Can I eat lemon while fasting? I love lemon slices. Yeah, fucking, you can eat. No. Lemon juice in moderate. You can break your fast if you pound back too much lemon juice. I'm sure my buddy did yesterday because he was confused and he pounded back like his whole 2-liter drink with like 12 tablespoons of lemon juice in like 2 hours. And then he wasn't in ketosis till like right at the end of the 48-hour mark. And he's quite physically active. So I figured for sure he'd be in ketosis by like 36 hours. And it's because he pounded the drink. So no fucking lemons. No, during the fasting, no. Now, the longer you stretch your water source out, the more small amounts of calories you could have in the water and not break your fast. Example would be cayenne pepper, because there is calories in cayenne pepper. But so if I just knock back 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper, that might be like enough to somewhat break my fast. But if I put 2 tablespoons in like 2 liters of water and drink it for 6 hours, it's not going to break my fucking fast. Drinking it that slow. Okay. So you got to keep that into account, because you can get away with putting quite a few calories that aren't going to spike insulin in your water, and you won't have an issue if you drink the water throughout a long enough time period. But you can't just go pounding back lemons, because that will break your fast for sure. So yeah, so squeeze the lemons in your water, and like don't have any oh fuck, what am I oh, I'm gonna tell you guys something before I forget right now about how shitty I feel compared to normal right now because of what I'm trying to gain weight. But yeah, lemon, just don't get any pulp in there, you know, just the juice. So here's a good point. So I feel pretty good, but not that great compared to normal. I'm trying to gain weight, so guess what I'm doing? I am eating carbohydrates like you would not fucking believe. Like I'm eating pierogies. I pounded a loaf of bread the other night with sausages. I'm to keep my bowel movements good so I'm not getting plugged up. I'm pounding like I bet you I ate a whole bag of blueberries in 2 nights, but not the little bags. I'm talking the big fucking bags that you can get at like Costco. Okay? I'm eating like I'm to make sure my bowel movements are still good. I'm eating like 6 lemons and 5 lemons, like full lemons every night. You know? So, but I feel good, like mentally, but definitely like small things, like when you're in ketosis more of the time, you get like kind of, it's like everything's a little bit brighter. You're a little more alert. And that doesn't happen to me till at night when I'm fasted. Like when I wake up in the morning, I feel pretty good, but not like when I'm fasting hard and keeping the carbs at a minimum, and especially the sugar. Because I feel quite good when I eat like rice and really clean, complex carbs. But as soon as I start eating like lots of shit with sugar in it, then you feel like fucking crap the next day, almost like you went and got drunk. And I noticed that bowel movements definitely aren't as good as when I was eating a shit pile of fruit before. With my food, I felt really good eating the fruit, even though you're getting a lot of fructose, but it doesn't matter so much because the volume of fruit versus the amount of fructose you're taking in is like a massive, crazy ratio. And so I didn't have really an issue with putting on weight and getting too much fructose in. Now, here's a question. I finally quit coffee. My sleep has improved. Okay, yeah, we can even talk about coffee for a sec. People still ask me about coffee. If you want to be enabled and be like, oh, you can drink coffee, go to the fucking keto group or go to these other groups, because I'm not going to ever tell you that it's okay to drink coffee when I know it's shit. I'm never going to tell you that you can drink certain types of booze because I know alcohol is shit. Like, I'm not going to enable you to have anything that is what I consider a vice. That's what this group's all about. It's not about just weight loss. It's about bettering yourself. And if you want to fucking have somebody kiss your fucking ass and enable you to have your little vices while still trying to lose weight, the other groups are perfect for it. It's not going to happen here. That's why I don't put up, like, this is what I do, because it's a slippery fucking slope. I'm all about, and don't give me these lines where it's like, oh, we need to have a little bit of fun in life. You don't need fucking coffee to have fun. You don't need booze to have fun. You got to go develop yourself and have fun sober. You'll actually have real fun. It'll be pure fun. Like the fun that you had when you were a little kid. You didn't need to be drunk to have fun when you were a little kid. You don't need to be drunk now. Here's a question. How can I go about maintaining longer fasts while working? How can I go about maintaining longer fasts while working? I do approximately 15,000 steps according to my Fitbit and trying to train for 5K run. I'm struggling getting past 50-hour mark. And well, you don't have to go 50 hours, right? Like, it's awesome if you're fasting 50 hours here and there, but no one said you had to fast for 50 hours. If you're lean, eat one meal every night and then fast for 48 hours every 4 days, just to get that longer fast and to get the autophagy effect. You know, if you're a lean person, you could go with a 1 meal a day routine for like 80% of the time and then just throw in some longer fasts. No, there's nobody twisting your arm saying you got to fast for fucking 5 days straight. Like, that's your choice. If you feel shitty, fucking change something. That's the thing. You want to feel good first. It's your body. I'm not you. So you want to feel good first. So adjust shit. And this is what I can help you with. If you log everything, because if you got something that works and you feel good, then it's like, you're like, okay, this works. So then you can adjust something small and then see if that still works. You know, log all your shit, and then you won't be lost, and you won't just be in the dark. And then you'll figure out exactly what works for your body. That's what I always do. I log everything. And when I do this dry fast starting at my birthday, I'm going to fucking show you guys some crazy shit. I'm going to like piss in bottles the whole fucking week I'm dry fasting too, and show you guys how much I piss. I'll show you guys exactly how much water I'm losing. And I'll even have it'll be like, you'll know the weight. You'll know the weight. It'll be like, well, here's the fucking weight that I lost due to water. And then you know exactly what I lost due to fat and due to giving off heat and sweat. You know, log fucking everything. And then you won't be lost. This is the coolest thing about fasting, because any other way of eating, you're eating all goddamn day, and it's very hard to find where you're fucking up. If you want to make a change, like, oh, maybe I should change this. There's too many variables. With fasting, it's a joke. If you're eating one meal every 48 hours, it's like there's not a lot you can fucking tweak. You can just make these small adjustments and it's perfect. It keeps it simple. Like, I'm all about simplicity. It works so good for that. Have you had any success stories with people dealing with high anxiety? Yeah, for sure, man. So a lot of times depression and shit, that's going to be things that happened in the past causing hormonal issues, right? And when you put yourself through like this minor pain, like fasting, you forget about that shit. It's like you're focusing on this hunger or this grind you got, like, it gives you purpose. So the reason most people have so much anxiety is they are lacking on their purpose. People that have purpose do not get fucking anxiety like that. I'm talking real purpose. Like, it's like, okay, like for example, if you were put on the planet and you had the tools to save the planet from something, you're going to have this natural stress that's going to be a healthy stress, but you're not going to have this first world bullshit problems of anxiety caused by nothing other than yourself. Okay? Like even yesterday, my car, I was going up this hill, fucking this thing blew up under the hood of my car, lost all the power. I was trying to go around a goddamn logging truck, couldn't even pass the guy. He was doing like 50K, and then there's another truck coming up behind me, like doing like 110, and I was like, that's stress. It's like, okay, I better fucking get behind this guy quick or else I'm going to fucking die. Okay, that's real stress. Now, a lot of the anxiety and stress people deal with is just basically self-induced. But it's not a joke either. It's hard. You got to talk. There's people you got to talk to. You got to gain trust. You got to make friends. You got to socialize. You ever notice people that are extremely social and sober will have way less anxiety? If you are a very social person and you do not drink alcohol or do drugs, I guarantee you are almost always healthier and have less anxiety than somebody that is social and drinks and does drugs. And then the worst is going to be someone that's not social and still drinks alcohol. Okay? Like, you got to understand, meet people. This is the cool part about the group. You know, you got similar goals. You talk to people that have the same goals. Talk to people near you, same town, same cities. Make friends. Go for fucking coffee. Like, this is why you're fat. This is the whole problem. This is why you're fat. It's because of anxiety and stress and thinking that you need to keep up to the fucking Joneses and thinking that you need money and thinking that you need all this fucking shit. This is the whole issue. It's way past diet and fasting. It's beating these problems. Fasting will help you beat these problems. I've noticed an incredible increase in energy and confidence, lessening my depression. See, that's cool. Because here's the thing. You go jump in a cold shower right now and you tell me how depressed you feel. Like, if I made you jump in a cold bath right now, like a cold fucking bathtub, say 15 degrees Celsius, and then you try to tell me how fucking depressed you are when you're sitting in there, you're not even gonna be able to think about it. Because it's painful. It's this uncomfortness. That's what fasting does. It creates this slight uncomfortness, and it makes you forget about the small things. And this is how you beat anxiety. This is how you beat problems. And the more you fast, the more hardcore you get, you realize that a lot of the shit that you're worrying about in life doesn't mean shit. Especially when you fast yourself to the point where you're like, you know, like, this is why Gandhi was so fucking tough, because he damn near fasted himself right to death. Once you're fucking fasting yourself to death, you don't really worry too much about other shit, like fucking how much your paycheck's gonna be. You don't worry about fucking somebody, you don't worry about somebody dumping you. You don't worry about these things that aren't that big of a deal when you fucking start doing shit like Gandhi did and you're facing death. Because in the end, it's fear of death and fear of judgment that makes us fucking all stressed out and shit in the first place. Well, when I broke my fast yesterday, I got diarrhea. Is that normal for the first time? Yeah, it is for sure. Because especially you're knocking down water the whole 48 hours, eat a bunch of food. And remember, diarrhea and having like one like massively loose shit is two different things. Diarrhea to me is running to the toilet like fucking nonstop for a few hours straight. Okay, now having one really nasty shit that was wet, that's not an issue if it only happens once, maybe twice in the hour. Okay, so don't mix that word up, diarrhea, up with the wrong, like, you know, when you say diarrhea, that means that you're running to the shitter and you're like basically sick. Okay, and that being said, like with drinking the snake juice and like sodium and the potassium and things like that, that's why you got to figure it out yourself. Like a starting point on the top end for potassium is going to be 2 teaspoons a day, maybe 1.5 for women, depending how big you are, and then cut it back real slow till you feel like that's all you need. And you got to remember too, every time you eat, the days you eat, if you take in a bunch of potassium, those days you wouldn't need as much because you're going to be getting some through food. Dating and fasting is really difficult. Seems every date, this is actually a good fucking point. Seems every date idea involves food. Anyone want to suggest good first date ideas and aren't meeting for coffee for a drink? Like, okay, good point. You could easily just be like, this is how, it's like, how do you initiate it, right? I actually had this conversation with a girl I know the other day. You could just say, let's just go and chat. And what you could do is you could write a list. You could play a game, like maybe you guys both show up to the date and you have 5 questions written on paper and they have to answer them or something. Like, make it fun. And you're right. Every time it's a social thing, it's always fucking booze, food, whatever, to take the fucking edge off because people have no fucking confidence. And this is why in North American society is probably one of the worst. This is exactly the reason the obesity rate's going up, because people are getting less and less confidence because they're not forced to go out on the street and talk to strangers anymore because all they have to do is watch me run my mouth on Facebook. There's a reason I voice memo everybody, because it builds relationships, because I become a real person. There's a reason I'm on the videos here, because I'm a real person. It doesn't matter if you think I'm a prick or not. I'm real, and then I come across as genuine so people trust me. That's the whole fucking reason I do this. This is why I love when people put before and after pictures up, because it makes you face your fear of judgment. It makes you real. And anybody fucking mouths off any pictures, I'm just going to kick them out of the fucking group anyway. You know, anybody that posts any negativity on the group, I'm going to boot them out. And anybody that posts that fasting's bad on the group, I'm going to boot them the fuck out. Because I know it's not bad. I don't give a fuck what article they post on the goddamn group. I don't care. I don't fucking care what doctor wrote what article. Because I have more fasting experience in my fucking pinky than like 99.9% of the fucking medical experts out there. Who are you going to ask for fasting advice from? Them or me? Somebody that actually fasts, or somebody that, I'd ask some of the guys and girls on my group for fasting advice before I'd ask a fucking general practitioner. Like, they don't know anything. Okay, so like this is, yeah, all this stuff, like with it's so much just the social conditioning. You gotta fucking be able to tell people to fuck off. You gotta be able to tell people what you're doing. You gotta be able to tell people you're fasting. You gotta be able to tell people why you're fucking fasting. You gotta be able to tell them how it works. You know, there's always the why. It's like, you're fasting, and then they're like, why are you fasting? You're like, okay, because I want to lose weight. Like, and you're like, how does that they're like, how does that fucking work? You got to be able to explain just basics. Okay, this is how it works. Keeps your insulin low, allows your body to break in its fat reserves. Simple shit like that. And maybe have a couple links, and if somebody you care about that really wants to know, like if it's your mom, dad, you know, sister, brother, like explain it to them. And if they can't understand it, just keep doing what you're doing, and your success will rub off on them. That's what happened with me. All the haters, I got people that fucking hated on me months ago that are fucking messaging me for help now. Because they see that there's credibility now, because you fucking screw around and you start a group and it's getting big, and they're like, Jesus must actually work. Like, it's not just luck. Like, people are adding themselves to the group because it works. Like, the fucking amount of weight loss people are getting is incredible. I'm surprised, for fuck's sakes, at some of the numbers I see. It's insane. There's no group on the internet that gets the fucking results this group's going to get. And that's why I need to keep it hard-ass and not let people drink coffee, not let people do drugs, not let people smoke, not let people have fucking sugar, because I want those results, because that's, in the end, what's going to help people. It doesn't matter if I'm a dick or not. I trust you, but I'm still worried about dry fasting. See, what are you worried about? Go fucking try it. You're not going to die. You've done good wet fasting already. Just start small. Try a 2-day dry fast. Go into the 2-day dry fast without having a big meal. Eat some watermelon. Knock back a little bit of baking soda, some lemon juice, some apple cider vinegar, and do the fast. You're not going to die without going to 2 days without water. We didn't evolve that way. It's just fear. It's just fear. And you're going to be able to find anything on the internet. If you want to find something that says dry fasting is bad, you're going to find it. For sure, people have died dry fasting, just like people have died eating fucking chocolate cake. Okay? More people die eating your chocolate cake. I'll tell you that right now. So fucking, you can always find bad stuff, bad. You're going to find somebody's going to die. Like, even, I'm not even kidding you. I guarantee you, even on my group, somebody, maybe they're not on the group, it'll be somebody, they'll fucking die, and it'll get blamed on the fasting. It's going to happen. It's something that I deal with. It's probably, it's something that there's no fucking way I'm not going to help 1 million people over one fuck up if somebody fucks up. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. I'm gonna always help the masses. There's always gonna be a fucking certain amount of people that something happens because maybe their body was who knows what. You understand what I mean though? It's never gonna sway me away from preaching because I know that I'm helping 20,000 more people. Then I can't worry about the fucking 1 or 2 people that something bad happens to. I can't. It sucks, but I can't fucking worry about it. Best way to start the fast is drive right in or do. So the best way is to do the 48-hour fast at the start with the snake juice is the best way to get into fasting for sure. Medical experts tend to read a lot or trust tests they put clients on. They almost never get the experience from personal. No, yeah, and plus the clients usually, I've talked about this before, where a lot of like studies are fucked up because the people weren't fat adapted in the first place going into the study. Like the people, like if you took me and took somebody that was a fucking food addict and you asked them at the end of a 1 day fast, it's like, how do you feel? Is fasting good? I'd be like, oh, I feel great. The food addict would be like, I'm dying. So if you fucking have a study done with a bunch of food addicts, they're going to be like, well, fasting sucks. It made me feel like shit because they're fucking food addicts. You take a bunch of people off the snake diet motivation group, they're all going to be like, I feel great after 2 and 3 day fasts. So it all matters the people you're using as well. This works, and I go back for it anytime. 6 weeks, and I've lost 30 pounds. Like, see, that's the kind of shit. Like, you can't get those fucking results from anything. I don't care if you're eating keto, whatever you're doing. If you're not fasting, you're not going to get them results. Not a fucking chance. But my car is fucked up, and I have a cousin that's going to help me get a Sawzall. We're going to chop the exhaust pipe off it tonight. So then hopefully I got a car and I can drive to Sylvan Lake and move into my new place. So everyone have a great night. If you have any questions, make sure to check out my YouTube channel, my Facebook page. Go like my Facebook page. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my Instagram. I haven't been putting a bunch of YouTubes up lately because shit got fucked up. But I will be pumping them like crazy soon. And yeah, and then I got my GoFundMe thing. If you want to fucking donate a penny. 1,000 pennies would end up being a good chunk of cash. So I can pump that into this movie I want to make because I'm obviously going to have to pay people eventually to whatever ends up happening. I know people, like it's not free, like, you know, to make movies and shit, you got to get editing done, all this kind of shit too, right? So I did give away $2,000 worth of my own camera equipment to get a young kid, kind of help him out. And he's a really good, you know, he's a starting out videographer, and I gave away film gear that was brand fucking new that I don't even use. So he's going to do a bunch of the help for free for me and trade for the film gear. But I'm excited because I'm going to have before and after pictures. I'm getting fat. I'm hoping to be about over 190, and I'm going to do a long-ass dry fast and collect all my piss and weigh everything and show people what's what. So everyone have a great night. And if you need to message me, PM me, and I'll answer your questions as fast as I can. And get that fat in ya.